NBA people, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Rich Sports Report with your favorite host, Cozy Rich. And I'm happy to bring you guys here today because we have a great episode. It's all about the playoffs, really. It's all about basketball and football for us today. So let's not waste any time and let's jump right into things. I want to start off with the slower of the two sports, and that'd be the NFL because we are in the NFL offseason. But with that being said, we are still getting some NFL news from high-profile stars. What high-profile stars, or which ones I should better say? Deandre Hopkins of the Arizona Cardinals, for one. He is a wide receiver, and as we all know, wide receivers are the diva position of the NFL. They are the ones that act out the most. They are the ones that demand the most. Why? Because they are skilled players. Now, with that being said, DeAndre Hopkins of the Arizona Cardinals is a top 5 wide receiver in the game, has been for the last 5 years. And last year, he put up decent stats, but he was a little injured. And a report came out yesterday that he's suspended 6 games of next season because he used performance-enhancing drugs last year to come back from an injury. Now, with that being said, I mean, it's sad that he did that, but he was injured last year. I know these drugs do help you get back from injury. I don't think they actually helped him perform. But that being said, he did take an illegal substance. It was in his system when he got tested, so he does have to sit out the 6 games. Now, the thing to me that really just is funny is the fact that he said he doesn't know how this happened and he's going to look into it. Yet the results of this test have been around since November. It's just that they released that he was going to get 6 game suspension just now. So he's known about this for months now, and now he wants to make this statement and everything. So I fully believe he did do that. I'm not mad at him. I'm just upset and disappointed because now Kyler Murray and the Cardinals are going to struggle for 6 games. But they just signed Hollywood Brown or traded for him in the draft. So they got him and AJ Green that can hold the fort for those 6 games, we hope. But let's also talk about one more diva wide receiver, and he deserves to be a diva because he was putting up numbers last year as a running back and wide receiver, and that is Deebo Samuel. He demanded a trade last week, and he is not getting traded at all. The 49ers GM John Lynch said that fair and just plain and simple. He's not getting traded. They're not moving him. They're going to try to fix the situation. I'm pretty sure Deebo wants to be a wide receiver only and not play out the backfield, which I think is a very easy thing to accommodate for your best player on your team, on the offense at least. So I hope the 49ers and Deebo Samuel can get this situated. But for all the people that do like fantasy football, just know that he is going to be playing. He is going to be on the 49ers, and it looks like Trey Lance is going to be his quarterback. So draft accordingly. Now, let's get into the NBA real quick. And I don't want to talk about the playoffs just yet. I want to give my man his flowers, and that is Mark freaking Jackson. For all of you that don't know, Mark Jackson is an NBA commentator. He usually commentates with Jeff Van Gundy, as well as Mike Breen, the great Mike Breen. And it looks like he's going to be getting his first head coaching job since the Warriors in 2013 when he was coaching Steph, Clay, and Draymond. He is essentially the coach that put in the blueprint to make them what they are today. And he has not been able to get a head coaching job this entire time for Lord knows why, about 7-8 years. But it looks like he's about to get his first job with the Sacramento Kings. And I'm genuinely very happy for this man, and I hope he succeeds as a Kings coach, because anyone who has gone there, whether it be player, GM, coach, owner, it's the place where you die, where careers die, where hopes and dreams die. They haven't made the playoffs in over 10 years, over 15 years, I'm pretty sure. Their team is rebuilding again. So it's going to be a tall task for my man, but I think if anyone's up to it, he's up to it, because look what he did in Golden State and look where they are now. But let's get into the playoffs real quick, NBA playoffs. So as I'm recording this right now, the Celtics and Bucks are playing game 2 in Boston. The first game was a wash because the Celtics were rusty. Jalen and Jason played like absolute trash, and Giannis did what he wanted and abused everyone in his way. He is not Kevin Durant. He is 6'10", 250. He is not 7 feet, 205. That man is all muscle. That man knows how to play basketball. He can get to the paint and he will body you. He made Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown look small because they are small compared to him. Now with game 2, I expect there to be a different a different type of game all around. I expect Jason and Jalen to play up to par, be more aggressive. And Marcus Smart is going to be out because of injury. But with that being said, I still expect the Celtics to win because we are going to have home court advantage. We're still the better team defensively. They still don't have Chris Middleton either. And as I said, if Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum just played their regular, normal selves and averaged what they usually average, then we would have won game 1. So I'm not too worried about this Celtics-Bucks series. It's going to be competitive. I said it's going to go 7 games with the Celtics winning in game 7, and I'm going to stick with that. The Celtics are going to win game 2. Game 3 is going to be on Saturday in Milwaukee, so that's a very long break. Both teams get some rest. But I see Giannis going for at least 35 in game 2. But Jalen and Jason are each going to get 25 plus this game, plus be playmakers. So with that, I think they're going to offset, and then I think we have the better supporting cast in general. So I think the Celtics win versus the Bucks. We'll follow up on that next week. The other Eastern Conference matchup is 76ers versus Heat. And after one game, I can tell you right now, this is going to be a 5-game series. Joel Embiid is not able to play until game 3 at the earliest, maybe. Why? Because in game 6 versus Toronto, he got a concussion and he fractured an orbital bone, which is something in your eye, a bone in your eye. So this man can barely see out his eye. Plus he has a concussion. So being around light, noise, etc. is going to affect him. And he has a torn ligament in his shooting hand, in his thumb. So this man is dealing with multiple injuries. The 76ers lost game 1. James Harden looked old. He looked old. He's not the same Harden from before. He can't score nearly as much as before. He's not shooting as much as before. He's not efficient as he was before. He's still a playmaker, which I can't respect, but he's slow. He doesn't have his first step, and he doesn't shoot as efficiently or as well as he used to. So with all those things being what they are, and the 76ers having a poor supporting cast as is, I can't see them getting over Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Bam Adebayo, and then you have more people coming off the bench, Max Strus, for example. So though Miami's a tall team. They're not a great team or that much greater than Philly, but because Joel Embiid is not playing, I just see them losing in 5. So that's my prediction for that series, and that's how I felt about game 1. Let's go to the West real quick. We got Warriors versus Memphis and Phoenix versus the Mavs. Phoenix versus the Mavs played on Monday, and the Mavs, I don't think they're going to be able to do it this series. They're not playing Utah. They're playing the best team in the West in Phoenix. Phoenix has a deep team. They have a big that can play on the inside and outside, in DeAndre Ayton. They also have versatile perimeter players and a top 3 defensive player of the year candidate in Michael Bridges, who can guard Luka on the perimeter, or Jalen, or Spencer Dinwiddie. The Jazz couldn't do that, therefore it was easy for them to get into the paint and kick it out and get their shooters open. The Mavs can't do that versus them. Luka Doncic had 45 points, and they still lost handedly, very easily as well. So I think the only way the Mavs have a chance is if they get others involved. They get Luka off the ball a little bit more, get the ball in Jalen and Spencer's hands. That is easier said than done because Luka is like a LeBron where everything begins and ends with him, and he is the ultimate playmaker. But I just think for them to have a chance against the Suns, because the Suns are a cohesive unit. They have Chris Paul, Michael Bridges, DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder. They're deep. They're a deep team. They know what they're battle tested as well. So I think they need to play as a cohesive unit, the Mavs, in order to have a chance to beat the Phoenix Suns. They lost, like I said, the other day, but if they are able to get Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie, more shots, more playmaking ability, get the ball in their hands more, I think they'll stand a better chance, but I still see the Suns winning in 6. And I want to go to the Warriors and Memphis game, which was also on Sunday after the Celtics game. And I think this is going to be a very interesting series. They're actually playing tonight when I'm recording this, and that's game 2 in Memphis. The Warriors won game 1 in Memphis after Draymond Green got ejected with a flagrant 2 foul in the second quarter. They also had a terrible shooting night. Klay Thompson was off. He missed 2 free throws as well. And they still won the game. Ja Morant played out of his mind. Jaren Jackson had 6 of 9 threes for 33 points. Now, my thing is, if Memphis is able to do that, and they played up to par, and they still lost at home to a Golden State Warriors team without their most important player in Draymond Green, because he's the glue of the team, I can't. How can I say they're going to win this series when they're playing game 2, Draymond Green is back. I don't expect Klay Thompson to shoot nearly as bad as he did before. Steph Curry's going to be Steph, and Jordan Poole's going to be Jordan Poole. Ja Morant has had some inconsistent playoff games so far this series, or not this series, this playoffs, and so is Jaren Jackson. So I don't know what I'm going to get from him. So with those variables being what they are, I can't pick Memphis in this series, and I can't pick Memphis for game 2. I honestly think Golden State is going to win in 4 or 5 games at this point because they're battle tested. They've been here before. Memphis is young. They haven't been here before. They're not playing Minnesota. They're not playing Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. They're playing men that have won 3 championships, have battle tested, have gone through the likes of LeBron, the Kevin Durant's, the James Hardens. What is a Ja Morant to a Steph Curry at this point? So I really think the Warriors are going to win in five or 4 games. They're going to win tonight and bring it back to the Oracle in San Francisco. But that's really all I got for you guys today. Like I said, only really 2 sports going on right now, NFL, NBA. We got some NHL playoffs coming by soon, so I'll give y'all updates on the Bruins and how they're doing because, you know, Boston, we're title town out here, so I'm going to give all our teams love. But like I said, that's really all I got for you. I appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been your boy Cozy Rich, and thank you for tuning into the Rich Sports Report. Love.